Hello, my friends in YouTube. Welcome to David Galata Book Dreamer. I'm David Galata and I'm dreaming all my books. Hope you're doing really well today because I'm doing well myself. As you can see, I'm busy here in the below decks, but that's okay. I like it here. Sounds of the machines always make me feel a little better. In any case, a lot of news coming up for this week. News for the studio, news for here, the final edits for my next two books. One is a science fiction named Stellar Trespassers. The other is a fantasy standalone, which will be called Favored Son. Those are now ready for publication. All I have to do is finish the covers. And the good news is Stellar Trespassers has its cover fully developed and painted. And now all I have to do is a little photography and some digital magic for it, and I'll be able to publish. Looks like the publishing date will be in early November. I'm hoping for the first. Be nice to get things set up a little bit earlier, but hey, you never know with these things. Sometimes it takes a day here, an extra day there. That's okay. That's okay. But I'm hoping for November 1st being the actual release date for both novels. This is the first time I've done this. I have done two novels in a year before, uh, but I've never done them right at the same time. I'm not sure how that happened, but it did. Publishing is an odd business, and I know it's a little strange for an author to be releasing books one right after the other. And I'll tell you one of the reasons why a lot of the publishing houses want time to build up an audience, and they want time to market a particular book. And so they take if you're a popular author, they'll put you on like a tour or something like that. And the next thing you know, you're not writing. You're running around hither and yon. And I'm doing a little local running around. Yes, I am. I'm doing book signings and little events. And that's just great. But it doesn't take too much time out of my schedule, and my schedule remains my own. This is one of the benefits of self-publishing. What I would rather have is a body of work. Now, I have started writing a little late. I feel a little like the artist Pissarro, who is an impressionist, like Monet and Renoir, and he started painting much later in life, and he always felt that he didn't uh, he didn't start painting early enough to get a really large body of work, although he does have an impressive number of paintings to his name. I'm in the same position when it comes to books. Uh, I've been an artist. I've done my painting. I'm still working on a couple of series like the Mammoth Cave series. But in this case, what's happening is I am trying to get a nice body of work out there so that when people do discover me, they find a pair of trilogies, they find books of short stories, they find standalone novels, they find a variety between the science fiction and the fantasy, and it becomes a nice playground for the reader. That's you. That's right. I want to make a playground for you, and so I'm working on it. I'm working on it as fast as I can. But fortunately, my ability to write has increased in speed and accuracy, apparently. My proofreader was very pleased with the cleanliness of my work this time. So, all right, we're getting there. We're getting there. And I set my own hours. This is what I do full time. I am a full-time artist and writer. That's it. So that also helps tremendously in getting a lot of books out. I also seem to have a lot of ideas. I've got a list of book ideas that will take me straight on until the day I fall over on the keyboard. It's just, it's just how it goes. The same thing with being an artist. You got to have enough ideas and enough series to work on that, they find your body in front of the painting someday and going, well, you finished the last one. There's no retirement to being an artist. There's no retirement, and that's okay. That's okay. I think actually, you do your best work when you've gotten a lot of experience with life. And I've done that. I've had a lot of life experiences. And some of them, wow, some of them are crazy. Others, not so much, you know. Eh, but I'm so excited about these books. Stellar Trespassers is the first book of a new science fiction trilogy. It is still based on the ship Ganges from the first trilogy that I wrote, The Crucible Spirals, which is Crew of Ganges, Veil of Strife, and Painful Medicine. It also includes the book of short stories, Tales of the Age of Unity, though that's a little bit of a standalone. It's still about the same ship. I will be doing some science fiction that does not involve Ganges, but that's still in the works. I'm still getting the notes done for that, and it's going to be very exciting. I've got ideas cooking in my head here. So, especially since all of my books are based on dreams, that's really become a major thing for me. It's become dreams. The dreams are the inspiration, and I dream every night. I dream lucidly almost every night. So after about a week, I have very memorable dreams. So sometimes I kind of feel a little older than I am, just because I remember dreams from when I was 4 all the way up to now. So that adds a little consciousness time. But that aside, that part doesn't matter. I'm always going to have new ideas. And that means that the ideas that I'm like iffy about, I can chuck away or I can turn them into short stories. But Stellar Trespass is going to, excuse me, it's going to kick off a new trilogy called The Invasion Spirals. And I'm writing the first draft for the second book already. And that one, oh, that one's coming up. I've already got that one about a quarter of the way through the first draft. So that should be ready next year. That's the hope. I'm also working on and have started the first chapter of the first draft for a book named Sorcerer, which is a sequel to Clockmaker. So that's going to be exciting as well. So next year, around this time, maybe a little later, depends on how much interferes with the work, though I try not to let things interfere with my work. I'm one of those. I'm a workaholic. I admit it. But then I love doing what I do. Yeah, I feel very blessed. So this is how I'm going to be working from now on, hopefully. It would be great to be able to produce 2 quality books a year, and I'm very careful as I can be. I've seen a lot of published books with all kinds of errors in them, including formatting errors. What's up with that, Tor? What's going on? Are you even checking these things when they come out of the printer? You just, hit the button and just let the machine do it. You have editors, teams of editors. Why are there misspelled words? Why are there incorrect words? Descent and decent are spelled somewhat differently. One has an S, one does not. They're both real words, but they mean 2 very different things, no matter how closely spelled they are. That means you need a human being. You need a human being reviewing these books. But ugh, that aside, I'm hoping that my books are getting better and better and better, both in story and in cleanliness. In cleanliness, I mean there are fewer errors. Where these are errors in punctuation or errors in spelling or anything like that. Spelling is not such a big issue. Wrong word, that is a big issue because anytime you're relying on your spell check, and sometimes those things get aggressive. They'll change things whether you want them to or not. So you gotta look through your program and make sure it's not doing that. Especially if you're creating a lot of new words and terms, like me as a science fiction author, I end up making up a lot of words that are not necessarily in the dictionary. That's why all of my science fiction books have a glossary at the end. So don't worry if there's a word there you don't recognize or is used in a very strange way. Check the glossary first. Might be in there. Just might be in there. So My other bit of excitement is I have a new microphone. So I'm hoping that you'll hear a difference in quality when it comes to these little videos. Favorite Son is an exciting book for me. It is a very strange fantasy, and it's the first time I have written in first person singular. And this is a very odd tale told by a doppelganger, and he is giving the history of the person he was created to mimic. So it's a very strange tale. The main character is very much an anti-hero. He is a thief, beggar, liar, and a con man. And yet he ends up in situations where he is forced to be heroic, much to his own dismay. So there's a lot of odd humor in that one. It's probably the most humorous book I've written. So, although it's not necessarily a comedy, it is very comedic. At least according to my beta readers and my alpha readers, they're all saying uh, the comedy in it is a lot of fun. This book made them laugh over and over again. Okay, I'll take that. That's good. That's good. So this is all big news for me. I am very, very happy with how this career is going. I appreciate all of my readers and fans, anyone who's contacted me saying they like my books. Love you guys. You're the best. You really are. And it really helps me to keep going. So, always tell people you like their work. If you like their work, let them know. It really does help. All right, folks, I'm going to let you go at this point. I've got a lot to do and exciting times. Exciting times. Thinking of next week, I might do a bit of a bio piece. People have been curious, so why not? We'll talk about my strange and rivaled past. So until then, I will see you next week, everyone. Take care and thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps out. Take care.